Gary Wallstrom?
Yes.
Thank you, motion passes 8-1.
Motion passes. Okay, thank you very much. At this point, I'll take over the rest of the meeting. Next up, we need a motion to nominate a vice president. Do I hear any motions for vice president?
I nominate Richard Creed.
Richard Creed, do I have a second to that nomination?
Second.
Second by Mr. Venser. Are there any further nominations? None being heard, we will make, I need a motion to close nominations.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Gates, second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Stiver. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. There's a motion to nominate, Richard Cree as vice president. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Congratulations. Alright. Moving right along. Next up is need a motion to nominate someone to be the representative to the GATE Act Operating Committee for the ensuing year. Currently, that is Theo Sinclair. We're hearing nominations.
Theo Sinclair?
Okay, nominates Theo. Do I hear a second to that? Or second by Mr. Creed. All in favor, aye. Oh, wait. Oh, gonna ask for other motion. Any other nominees? None being heard.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Thank you. Second.
Thanks.
Second by Mr. Gates. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. So all in favor of Theo as GATE Act Operating Committee representative? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Congratulations, Theo. Next up is the alternative representative to the GATE Act Operating Committee, which is currently Mr. Gallagher. Do I hear any motions to nominees there?
I'll nominate Jeffrey.
Nominate Jeff. Do I hear a second on Jeff?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Stiver. Any further nominations? None being heard.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Second?
Second.
Second by Kay. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Motion to nominate Jeffrey Gallagher as the alternative representative. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Congratulations, Jeff. Next up, representative to the CIU, which is currently Kay, but she had to withdraw due to work schedule. So I need a different nominee for representative to the CIU. Do I hear any nominees?
George Krenchak.
George Kolinchak. Do I hear a second on George?
Second.
Second by Kay. All in favor? Oop. Anybody, any other motions? No other motions.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gates. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Motion to nominate George Kolinchak as representative to the CIU for the ensuing year. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Congratulations, Mr. Kolinchak. Okay, moving on. Next up is we need a nomination to the PSBA Policy Council. Mr. Cree is that current person. Do I hear any nominees?
Nominate Mr. Creed.
Mr. Cree. Second to that?
Second.
Second by Mr. Menser. Any other nominations? Any motion to close?
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Second?
Second.
Mr. Gates? Second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. So we have a motion to appoint Richard Cree to the PSBA Legislative Policy Council representative for the ensuing year. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Congratulations, Mr. Cree. Next up is PSBA Employee Relations Contact for the ensuing year, and that is currently Mr. Wallstrom. Do I hear any nominations?
Gary Wallstrom?
Hear Gary Wallstrom. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Theo. Any further nominations? None being heard. Motion to close.
Motion.
Motion by Kay. Second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gates. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. All in favor of Gary Wallstrom for PSBA Employee Contract Employee Relations Contact for the ensuing year? Aye. Opposed? So carried. I need a motion to hold the Committee of the Whole work sessions on the third Tuesday of each month in the high school library at 6:30 p.m. and have the regularly scheduled board meetings immediately following. The exceptions will be no meeting held July 2022 and December 2022. Meeting will be held, the December meeting will be held on December 5th, 2022. Do I hear such a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Creed, seconded by Mr. Gates. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. I need a motion that all meetings will be conducted in accordance with board policy. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Gates. Second?
Second.
Second by Theo. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? So carried. Last but not least, I need a motion to adjourn the reorganizational meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Gates. Second?
Second.
Second by, let's give it to Mr. Menzer. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. All right. Organizational meeting is over. We will move into the work session. I don't see any student representatives tonight, so scratch that. There is a board presentation by HHSDR. Topic is science lab renovations.
It's gonna be virtual and it's at 7 o'clock if you wanted to proceed
It's
with.
at 7, okay.
We could adjust that, but they're expecting us at 7 o'clock.
Anyone care if we just move on? Let's go with moving on. Let's move on. So, get into public comment. Public comments?
Yeah,
Yes, sir, who are you? And
my name's Frank.
Frank,
And I was, just concerned about the lunch. I talked to my daughter a lot there, and that's probably my best subject was lunch, but, are they getting what they're, because what I'm hearing is they're running out of food, then they serve something else. Now, I don't know if they always did that, I don't remember that. But is there something going on there?
There is supply chain problems, but,
you wanna comment that?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. We are experiencing some supply chain problems, just like pretty much everything else. There are certain things that we are not able to get. Some things that they get enough of, they serve as much of it as they have, and then they have to switch to something else, but that's what we're running into, the same kinds of things. There are often menu changes because the item that was originally scheduled, we can't get. So that has happened this year, unfortunately.
we are trying to update the website when there's changes like that as quickly as possible when we know that the material is not gonna be available. I know it's not always the best, but it's always done at least the day before if possible, or the middle of lunch if we have to change it up, so.
And that's happening across the board everywhere. I mean, Sheets is short on product. I was in Chili's the other night with my son, and they didn't have hamburger lunch for hamburgers, so that's a pretty basic staple thing.
Okay, anything else? Okay, moving right along, let's get into athletic committee. Mr. Walter.
Okay, number one, I'll be looking for consideration to approve David Campbell as the 2021-22 Assistant Varsity Wrestling Coach. Number two, consideration to retroactively approve the resignation of Joshua Irvin as the 2021-22 Head Junior High Coach and to advertise the vacancy. Number three, we will table. We have no applicants. And number four, consideration to approve Jody Baum and John Snyder as athletic volunteers with the wrestling program.
Questions, comments? Okay, thanks, sir. Personnel committee, please.
Number one, consideration to approve a conference request from Christy Braniff and Brian Stacy to attend the PDE Data Summit on 3/21/22 through 3/23/22 with district cost of $2,170. Number two, consideration to retroactively approve Cheyenne Holes to a substitute nurse list effective 11/24/21. Number three, consideration to approve the advertisement of an anticipated maintenance supervisor vacancy.
When are you anticipating?
We spoke about that at the last board meeting, that we're gonna advertise, and the board was in agreement that we'll begin that process as quickly as possible and discuss a transition period based upon an appropriate candidate coming forward. But we don't have an exact,
We don't have an exact time on
you
this.
know, we're gonna post it now, and then based upon, we know that the retirement date is
That's what I
scheduled
meant.
for July, end of July, is what Mr. Chilco informed us at the last meeting.
Good. Questions, comments, any personnel?
Yeah, I got some questions.
Yes, sir.
For the conference, first off, I'm not sure who Christy Braniff is. What's her title here?
She is, she's one of the secretaries in the high school office, but she does all of our PIMS reporting, which is all the data that needs to go in, to PDE based on test scores, the kids, everything from how many, kids we have in poverty, our demographics, our test scores, our any data that is associated with students, she puts in, which is a huge job. And this data summit actually speaks very much to what she has to do, the changes that PDE puts in that she has to create, and those kinds of things. It's vitally important what she does as far as that goes, because that is also, some of our funding is based on that. It gives an accurate depiction of our test scores and all of our systems that are in place that have to go to PDE.
Well, I was just like, was there something, like, I was looking up on this, and some of the main topics are equity, inclusion, and social emotional learning. It all leads back to that CRT. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be like something you guys are going there for, or? Like, is
It
that
really has
something?
nothing to do with CRT. You know, I mean, equity doesn't necessarily involve race, it can also involve demographics as far as making sure that underprivileged kids that are lower income, have the same opportunities as higher income kids. It's really not necessarily based on race, but there are a lot of other things that happen at that summit as well, as far as raising test scores and how you can, you know, engage students better, how you can use your faculty better. There's a lot that goes on at that thing.
Like, it just, like the main topics, like those were 3 and 4, and everything you said before that were at the bottom of the list, so.
Well,
I
equity
mean,
is
a lot,
important.
like, there were other people that asked about the CRT, not even me specifically, that training and stuff in school, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna like that if they're gonna, I mean, even if it's, you know, different acronym of,
I
The
don't
same
think,
thing.
this isn't, we're not sending teachers there for this. This is administrative staff that are just going there to.
well, yeah, I know, I read
Okay.
what they're gonna be doing, but I'm just saying, like, that's where it starts, is with the administration and then down to the teachers.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be teaching any changes in curriculum here unless it goes through this board. That's part of our duties.
All right, well, I'm just, cause I'm kinda outnumbered right now, so I kinda feel like if I vote on something, then it's gonna be hard to get other people behind me. So I'm just saying, I would like to bring to light that stuff is also gonna be studied there. It's not just gonna be the data entry. And another thing I thought was that seemed kind of expensive to go down there for $450 for 2 nights per person. Like, I actually went on before I came in here, and you could get 2 rooms for 2 nights for what it would cost for one of these people to go. Like, I think there'd be better options to try and save a little bit of money for the school.
But I don't think you want those two rooming together.
No,
No.
this is, I actually printed it out, it's
Yeah, but I'm
2
just saying,
rooms,
yeah, but I think, yeah, we need 2 rooms.
that's what I did. So it would be $475 for a 4.5-star hotel, rather than $900. Like, I just think there'd be ways to if we did a little bit of that, you know, $500 at a clip, that'd be some pretty good savings over the course of a year for the school. I'm just
What's your
thinking maybe
suggestion?
that'd be something we could look into.
Where's that being held at?
In Hershey.
It's at the convention center in Hershey.
Like, cause we're paying the mileage and everything, for like what you would pay for both of them to drive separate, and mileage, you could rent a car and get the rooms for literally like half the price. Like, the only thing you couldn't really save money on would be for the actual, to go to the event, which you could have saved $50 if you would have done it before December 5th. So it would have only been $600 a person. I'm just thinking, you know, there's other school trips throughout the year that we're gonna be looking at here that maybe we could save money on.
All for saving money. So we can approve limits up to these, and perhaps Mr. DeCembo, you can look into the, other options. I'm good with that. I think we need to approve some, thing tonight so they can actually get it done and get there.
Well, I think looking forward though, like that'd be something that we could, you know, rather than like, maybe instead of just 2 people going, 4 of them could've went, and we could've rented a van that they could all ride down in together and all had separate rooms and still been the same cost.
I don't think we need 4 people to go, but I get your,
Well,
I
I'm
get
just
your
saying,
point though. I get
more
your point.
administrators could go if they, you know.
I think this is also a cost range. You know, we spend up to, but we aren't necessarily gonna spend that. I don't know that we'll spend $300 on meals, but I don't know what it is gonna cost. So some of those kinds of things, it's kind of an up to, but not necessarily, you know. Because
All right.
Christie and I are traveling down together in one vehicle. We are obviously not staying together, but.
Alright.
Anything else under personnel? Any other questions and/or comments? Okay, move into building and grounds.
Yes, consideration to approve the following use of facility, Glendale Wrestling to use the high school hallway on 12/8/21 for a fundraiser distribution. And that would be it for buildings and grounds.
Questions, comments?
Can I just ask a question? Like, how much acreage does the school actually own?
That is a number that Mr. Chilko definitely has at the tip of his tongue, because, I can get that very easily in the morning. I don't wanna give you a wrong number, I wanna say it's in the 50s, but I prefer to get an accurate number from Mr. Chilko.
Alright.
Currently, I think all we own is here,
Yeah,
and we still own the piece that the tower sat on.
2 tower locations.
2 towers, that's all we own.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this range, Mr. Chilko has that.
50 acre sounds about right.
And it goes down by my property.
Anything else on building and grounds? Okay, moving right along, discipline and curriculum. Okay, we're gonna switch it up tonight. Would you mind doing discipline and curriculum?
Sure. Number 1, consideration to approve the following field trip request. Amy Snyder, Kim Kozak to take 7 students to Evansburg Walmart on 12/13/21 with district cost of $120, $20 for the van, $100 for subs. Letter B, Susanna Coakley, Becky Lane, Amy Abram to take the 4th grade class to the Altoona Curve game on May 11th, 22 at no district cost. Additional chaperones, Janetta Williams, Nathan Pino, Lisa Ricketts, and 11 approved volunteers. Number 2, consideration to approve the purchase of a 5-year Nucella subscription at a cost of $3,500 with SS2 grant funding effective 2/23/22 to 2/23/27. And that is all.
Can I just make a note on that? On B, there is actually district cost of $200 for the substitutes. On the form it lists PTO paid, but they do not pay substitutes, so the motion will read with a $200 district cost.
Yeah, what's the purpose of the field trip to Walmart?
They are taking students to purchase items for the angel tree. So we, if you're not familiar with the angel tree, they have, basically they take students that have needy families. They buy things that for their children and things like that. We get the students involved in it because it is a charitable type thing, and it kind of gives them a little bit of ownership into that type of activity.
Don't the kids fundraise for that too?
They do.
Yeah.
And the teachers, we do dress downs, and the teachers also contribute money as well to that.
Any other questions?
Number two, what's Usella?
That's what my question was gonna be.
Newsella is, I'll just take these.
Go for it.
Newsella is an online news resource that kind of, it's almost like the old Scholastic News used to be, where it was in a kid's form, you know, and so they can actually get current events off of there, but they are in a form that is accessible to younger students.
Any other questions? Okay, moving into Finance Committee. Gates. I'll read the first one. First one, considering to approve Richard Gates as board treasurer for the remainder of the 2021-22 school year, which would actually be the remainder of the treasurer term. We usually do that, I believe, in July. So that would be basically completing the term as treasurer.
All right, number two, consideration to approve a resolution for funding of the science room renovations. Number three, consideration to approve changing the names on signature cards for the 3 required signatures on the following Northwest Bank accounts. Number 285-600-5943, number 285-6019308, number 285-6019316, number 285-6019332, number 285-6019290, number 285-600-2916, number 286-600-4532, number 285-600-4177, number 285-601-9373, and number 285-603-0388 to Dr. Amy Mulholland, Board President, Patricia McGarvey, and Richard Gates, Board Treasurer. Number four, consideration to approve the use of current signature stamp until signature cards are updated. An updated stamp is received on the following Northwest Bank accounts. Number 285-600-5943, number 285-601-9308, number 285-601-9316, number 285-601-9332, number 285-601-9290, number 285-600-2916, number 285-600-4532, number 285-600-4177, number 285-601-9373, and number 285-600-30388. And that is it.
Okay. Any questions or comments in Finance Committee business? Okay, none being heard. Administrative reports. We don't have a lot of administrative tonight, so I guess we'll start with you, Mr. Stacy.
I have no report.
Nothing for the good of the order tonight. Very good. Nobody's here other than you, Mr. DeSalvo.
I don't have a report other than the update that we're dealing with the information on the mask mandate, that the stay remains, that the Supreme Court will be hearing this matter on 12/8, and that we will follow the proceedings and share that information and act accordingly. All the information coming from the state looks like it will be lifted in the near future. They're providing information on test to stay procedures, in which if close contacts would be given the opportunity to test to stay, because that's going to be a difficult process when this drops. As anyone who comes in close contact is no longer wearing a mask, then would need to be quarantined. And so the state's working on protocols to get them out that would help keep more students in the building, and that's what we're looking for. That's all I have.
Very good.
So we have, let's
7 o'clock, so.
Just about perfectly, we should be able to get them on there and then hear the presentation. Close out the meeting.